Hi everyone, so today we're going to talk about something just a little bit different than the other times, and we're going to talk about how to build your page on WordPress with Elementor. So if you're new, don't worry, because we're going to explain everything step by step so that you can easily do it by yourself. Before I show you how to install Elementor and how to use it, we first need to understand why is Elementor such a great tool. And this is because before, if you wanted to create your own website, you would actually need to code it all the way. And if you wanted to see how it looks, you would need to publish that code and then see it live. And even better is that you don't need any coding skills at all. So without further ado, let's go into the WordPress Elementor. So as we can see, we have a staging website here, and you can see there's nothing on it absolutely. It's a sample page. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on here, and on the left side we're going to see the section called plugins. We're going to click on it, and as you can see, we do not have a plugin called Elementor, but now we're going to install it. The first thing we need to do is add a plugin and search for the plugins. And now we're going to find Elementor website builder and we're going to install it now. While that is installing, you can go grab a drink or something and come back, and now it's already ready and we can activate it. Once we activate it, this page is gonna pop out and we're just gonna create an account. We can do it with Google, Facebook, Apple, whatever you want. I'll just go ahead and create an account. And now we're going to connect our site. Okay, we can continue with a theme. We're going to skip it for now. So as we can see, this is the Elementor editor and we can do a lot here. We can add a logo, set up the fonts, create the first pages. However, before we do this, we're going to go back, and you can go back by this, exit to WordPress and go behind. And now what we're going to do is we're going to select a theme. Here we can see some themes already, but if we do not like any of these, we can just add a theme. And we're going to see a lot of different themes, so you can just choose whichever goes better with your website. So if you're creating an e-commerce website, this might be a nice one to look at. If you're creating something business related, marketing or SaaS, this is a good one. But for now, let's find one which is gonna go nicely with our SEO agency. Let's create a little portfolio. So let's go with this one and we're just going to install it. Okay, now that our theme is installed, we can go ahead and activate it. And here it is. If we go back, our theme is set and ready to go. Now we can also customize it. And as you can see, we can customize the SEO curly tutorial thingy. We can select a logo to put down here, and we can also publish it as well. Okay. Now we can go back, and as we can see, we have first step ready. So now what we're going to do is we're going to edit this page, and we're going to click on edit with Elementor. So what happened here? It happened that this theme, it cannot be integrated with Elementor, and that's why we have this. However, if you want to choose the themes that can be incorporated with Elementor and edited with Elementor, you can just open this page, of course, and you can click on this little folder. Once we're in the folder, we can choose to add blocks, pages, or add templates. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on the pages and we're going to choose one page which looks nice. However, we're doing this with free Elementor, so of course we cannot choose the boxes with the Pro box. So let's pick one which looks nice. Let's go to popular. So we don't really have a lot to pick from, but we have a few. And what we can do is we can take this one and insert it. Okay, perfect. As we can see, now we have some columns and sections inside here. And now what we're going to do is click on this. If we want to change the image, we're going to go here, choose an image, and select a file to put in. Let's see, this one. We're gonna put an alt text because it's really important for SEO. And here is the image. Now we can change a lot on this web page. Let's say, for example, here we can put something else. Instead of this, we can just delete it, and you're gonna see this little plus sign. You click on the plus sign and you can choose between a container, grid, heading, image, text editor, video, button, and a lot of other things. Of course, here is the Pro, so we cannot choose anything from the Pro. but we can choose between all of these ones. So let's say here you want to put a welcome to my website text. We're gonna take the text editor box and paste it here. Now we can also duplicate it and create two texts next to each other. And of course this might seem easy or really hard depending on your technical skills, but this is just something you can do with it. Then if we go further down, or if we want to put a button here, we can just click on this plus here and we can add another box. We can choose between a flex box or a grid box. So you can see the grid box are like this and the flex box has it like this. So I'm going to choose this one. So here we can also choose to put a button, and as you can see we cannot put it down here because it doesn't allow us, but we can put it left and right, or we can just leave it where it is. Also we can change the text of this, and we can also change the color of the box. If we go on style, and here we can change it to pink. It looks much better. And if we want to put it straight under here, we just position it to the center, or if we want to make it go more up or more down, we can just add margins and paddings until it goes where we want it to go. Let's see. So as you can see, if we put it to 10, it goes down. If we put it to 100, it goes down more. Or if we want to make it go more up, we could just go here, and you can always adjust it if you wanted to put it more left or more right or more up and more down based on this. And you can always play around with this. It's super easy and super fun, especially if you're into it. And also we can style it and by adding a box shadow like this or vertical, or you can also put a border radius. I have put it at 70. If we don't put any, it's going to look like a box, but if we put it like this, it's gonna look more round and more beautiful. Let's go into theory a little bit. When I was putting the images and adding this text and the button, you can see this popping out when I hover my mouse on it. So this is called a section. You have it also here. This one is a big section. So inside those sections are columns, aka this. And inside these columns are widgets, aka what I showed you once we had a flex box and thingies. So these ones are widgets that we are putting into the columns inside of the sections. And it's really easy to do, especially if you, of course, like this, and of course if you want a website for your new business. And a nice thing that I like about these sections is that you can just copy and paste them. If you right click on them with your mouse, you can copy them and then you can just paste it here. And now we have two sections of the same exact thing. So if we like this theme and we have another website where we want to apply this theme, we can just copy and paste it to that website. Now I'm going to delete it. Another thing that you can do is if you want this to be under this section, you can just grab it by these 6 dots and pull it under. Another nice thing is that you can actually apply images to sections. So if we go onto this section and click on the 6 dots and we go to style, we can actually drop an image that will appear behind our columns. So as we can select the image, it appears behind the whole text of this section, aka is the background of this section. And now we can just add another image, which is here, or we can do something else. Another thing which is really easy to do with Elementor is that you can see how this web page looks on other devices. Here we can choose and see how it looks on a tablet. We can choose how it looks on a phone, and of course on the desktop. My website is not really looking nice, but I'm just showing the things that you can play around with. For an example, you can see that this text does not really look good. So what we can do is click on it, style, and we can choose another color which will look better. Another thing you can do is also choose the typography. So we can choose the size of the text. We can also choose between different text styles. So we can do Porta 1, we can do prata or whichever you like. And the same thing goes with the description. We can go to style, choose another color for the text, which looks a little bit better, and then the same with our contact button. We go style and choose a better color. But another thing that I like about Elementor is that it lets you insert your own HTML code. So what I like to do is I like to drop my own flexbox, and you can choose your custom HTML. So if you're not really into coding and you don't know how to code, or you just don't know how to visualize what you want to put on your website, we can go to Claude. So as we can see, the theme of the page turned out to be something about food in the end, probably because I'm hungry. So let's give him a prompt like this: create an HTML code that is mobile friendly and responsive. This is really important so that your website works on the mobile as well. And it should introduce the people to our services of cooking different foods instead of them. So we offer indoor cooking, outdoor cooking, and buffet section for parties. Now we're gonna give him this and let's see what he creates. So as we can see, we did not create a good prompt, so it created a whole page. But now we need to tell him to create the section. So now I told him to just create the section, and that it needs to be professional, and let us add images of dishes behind it. So let's see what it does. And we can see it created a nice section, which is responsive when you hover or mouse over it. So now we can just copy the code and we can add it to our website. And it's going to look like this. Ignore the purple, the pink and blue. This is something where our images are gonna go to. But how do we add the images? We do it like this. First we're gonna go to Pexels to find some nice images of food, and we're just going to download. Now once we found our images, we're gonna just go to TinyUpg and we're going to add our images here. What does this website do? It basically compresses our images, and it also makes sure that the website runs faster. Now we download them, we upload them on our website, and we can just do this by clicking on plus, flexbox this, and we just add an image. I'm going to delete this after, it's just easier for me to upload the images here. And we're just going to upload it. Once the images are uploaded, how you're going to put them inside the code, you're going to do it this way. So we're going to click on the image, and we're just going to copy this file URL. Once you put the file URL, you're going to tell Claude to put it for outdoor cooking, put this image, for indoor cooking, put again file URL, copy it, paste to Claude, for buffet, put this one. You can also copy it like this, but I just prefer to Ctrl-C. And now we give this to Claude, and it's supposed to put it in the code. Now when it's done, you just go to the code, copy it, and you put it, you click on our section, which we created with HTML, and we paste our new code, which includes the images. And look how much better it looks. And now you can just delete this because we didn't really need it. But yes, you can create amazing sections with Claude and Elementor. They go perfectly together, and I would actually ask Claude to also help me with this section. But yeah, so this is just a little bit into Elementor and how you can begin working with Elementor. And now that you're happy with the design, you just click on publish, and your website is gonna go live, and it's going to look exactly like this. And that's it, you just created your first page with Elementor. And if you need more help, we're going to create more videos on how to use Elementor. I'm gonna go more in detail with that one. I just wanted to cover the basics here. And just one more thing that I forgot to mention before is that if you do not want to start from the beginning, like I just did in this video, you can actually download these essential add-ons which goes along with Elementor, and it's gonna pop this thing called Templately on your left after you activate it, and here you can check different templates. Some of them are for free, some of them you need to pay for. But this is amazing if you do not want to take as much as time as I did, and you can just come here and scroll, see which website you would want to get. You can pay if you want, but there's no need. And you can just click on a template, build full website. This is how it would look like. And now we can just put site title, let's say SEO curly portfolio, and style the website. We can select the color. Since SEO curly is a little bit more on the orange side, we put some orangish colors. Maybe also this yellow one. Or let's see, maybe more orangish. Yeah, that would be nice. Instead of this, we go something like yellow side. This. This one, maybe it would be better to be black, because as we can see, these letters were changing. And instead of this one, we should put something like this. As we can see, the text is changing here. This color is ugly, so we can just go maybe something orangish but dark, like this. And I think, yeah, this would be better to just stay white. So we can see the colors have changed. We can also change the letters, the heading, but it should all be fine. And then we just need to install and proceed. And now we wait. And congratulations, our website is now ready, so let's visit it. And as we can see, everything looks really nice. Of course, to make sure that it goes with our branding, we're gonna change this image and everything. As you can see, some colors should be changed, but we can do that when we edit it with Elementor. But besides that, that should be it for this video, and I'm so thankful you stayed until the end. And for more Elementor videos, make sure to follow us, subscribe and share. And see you in the next one. Bye bye!